What's up, guys? Welcome back to GTech Finance. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're staying safe. So, me and Kevin got roasted by the New York Times. The reporter who wrote this really doesn't like him, so we gotta talk about this. So, meet Kevin's problem, which is actually not a problem, it's just an addiction. He's a freaking workaholic. And what exactly YouTube did to him, because if you don't know him already, Meet Kevin is a very popular content creator in the financial news space, probably one of the most, along with Graham, Stephan, and Andre Chick, and financial education. So, who was he before YouTube? And how did he went from really nothing, no influence on social media, to one of the most influential in the space? And how did they also go from no money to living on $6 million a year, according to Millennial Money? So he has a large real estate portfolio too, and stock portfolio, both of them over $20 million, and he's only 28. It's pretty amazing, right? So where did he get all this money from? Did he won some kind of lottery? Did his parents give him that? Or did he just marry into it? And I'm telling you, from now, all the answers for these are an astounding no. So none of these are right. He is self-made. He actually went from nothing to, he did something like really big with it. So you gotta know first, he talks about it sometimes he talks about it. So he's actually German. Him and his family moved from Germany to the United States when he was really a couple months old. He didn't know anything, just came from a different country. And so he is the child of an immigrant. So when he grows up in that environment, it's really different because your family doesn't know anything about him. His family actually didn't know anything about the American society. They didn't even know how to speak English or know how the system works in America. So they got really big problems. Plus, his parents got divorced, and after that, he was struggling. And after his father got back on his feet in 2002, according to him, the 2008 recession came, and so back to zero again. So he comes from a very struggling household, and it's pretty inspiring, especially how it all started for Kevin when he was around the age of 19. Him and, which is now his wife, Lauren, bought a house with almost $12,000 down payment for a $200,000 house, paid the mortgage. Him and Lauren lived in one room, spared the others, rented them out, and even made a small income. At all of that at the age of 19, this is no easy task, and it basically 100x'd his net worth, because like he says, there's no other industry other than real estate where you can control fully a $200,000 asset with only $12,000 starting. And this actually showed him how much he actually loved real estate, and this was the path he had to take down the road. It was what he really wanted, what he was actually great at. And so he went to become a real estate agent, a broker, and started buying his own properties. And like he said in his podcast with The Wolf of Wall Street, he'd just find golden tickets, give them to the other people, keep one golden ticket of his own each year from 2012 till now, till 2016-17, buy just one house a year, then made 2, 3, 4 deals, and then there was this year where he made around 10, and now he has such a huge portfolio. So he created actually a great life for himself from essentially nothing. And this whole time, he wasn't just a real estate broker, he was actually on YouTube. He was really small at the time, and he was providing value to a small niche in the YouTube, which was real estate. And he was way underrated because I'm telling you, his information was invaluable. It was really good. And he also take them all from his personal experience. He wasn't just saying this from like reading something or anything. It was all personal experiences. He was telling people how to get into real estate. This is according from what he did, the best way to do it, the best way to profit from it, and the best way to make passive income eventually. And he was giving really valuable information, and his sub count and view count didn't even reflect how good he was with that. Now, he'd continue uploading consistently just to show that he's still relevant, that his audience, yeah, I'm still here, I'm uploading from day to day. He's not like now uploading six times a day, which is absolutely insane. And then it all happened. He wanted to firmly express his beliefs about single family homes and real estate, and what really actually made him a millionaire, and that was single family homes. And this was something that was not appreciated by a very important syndicator, Grant Cardone. So Grant Cardone has a lot of real estate. His personal net worth on Google is actually around 300 million, and he actually owns around $2 billion in assets. And so he started making the Exposed series, the Grant Cardone Exposed. So he just take very wealthy individuals, in this case Grant Cardone, And if you have been following Kevin, or if not, he started this Expose series where he would find, well, in this case was Grant Cardone, so wealthy individuals, that were kind of taking advantage of people by sending them what we see as false promises sometimes, and this got him a lot of attention. Not only did he boost his views and count like massively, he'd go from 8 to 10,000 views maximum to like a straight 20,000 from the first hour. And it got people talking about him. He got a lot of attention to him. And even Grant Cardone actually made an episode where he actually listened to him. He was like, you know what, I'm 19. What I'd do at 19 is buy a single family home and flip it. And this was not something he would never say if it wasn't for me, Kevin, I think. He got one of these juicy lawsuits handed right to him, stalking and defamation lawsuit. And from actually Grant Cardone and Cardone Capitals, it took a while and it cost him a lot of money. But in the long run, it really got his channel going on. It was that drama. Some people wanted to see how he would prevail, how he would go after it. And he kept uploading consistently, and even more consistently than ever. And his informative real estate talks were so good. And it might have hurt him financially at the beginning, but during his career, it really helped him grow from going from 10,000 to 100,000 and then scale up and never looking back ever since. And it paid off for him. He stayed relevant, he stayed consistent, and his videos were super informative, super valuable, got the notoriety they deserved, and it slowly grew from that. But going from 100,000 to 1.5 mil in probably 1 year. How did he do that? It's a times 15. It's a 15x. It's huge. So we got this. 2020 was basically marked by this illness, COVID-19. So it was kind of simple. COVID-19 came. First, it was a lot of panic, but it was a lot of opportunities. And Kevin saw that opportunity coming, even though that was something of a little bump, the coronavirus. And he knew it was going to become this huge wave that if he jumped on it and he took the opportunity with both his hands, he would do really well with it. And what happened is former President Trump and now President Biden for some time actually made stimulus checks. And this is what Kevin did. He started uploading stimulus news, and and he probably did 700 episodes of these stimulus news. He had hundreds and hundreds of them. He had a video on a daily content, daily updates, day in, day out, sometimes even every hour. So I don't remember all the stimulus news he was posting, because he was posting like 2 to 3 videos of stimulus a day, then live streams, then quick updates, and then non-stop. It just every hour he'd be working on YouTube. That was really valuable content, posting on stimulus, which everybody needed. Everybody wanted to know. Free money from here, free money from there. This is what we all love. Even I did 2 weeks of stimulus videos, and I gotta say they were the best performing by a country mile. So the best videos I do is when they come with these rental stimulus and PPP and what happened in Congress. So they vote the bill, deal, no deal. And so people, and even us, we want to know what happens with our money. And so the question is, he did still release the financial content every now and then, but he was heavily focused on stimulus. He did like 3 videos a day. And he took this opportunity really good. And it wasn't a wave anymore. I wasn't just giving all this information with like big words and political jargon or they write on their bills with very fancy words. He was relatable. He oversimplified it, but he was really relatable. We could understand the content of the bill. And it was really oversimplified. And that, when he rode that wave, he went as far as he could with it. He dried it out. And he took YouTube hostage, essentially, during the stimulus. He was like, everything stimulus. Live stream in the morning, live stream at night. YouTube didn't know what to do. They were just throwing views at him, throwing subs at him, telling him, okay, Kevin, you gotta leave us alone here because you're too good. You're a machine. You don't sleep and you go on trending. He went twice on trending actually in this month. And in gaming, that's the worst thing with financial news, which is quite an accomplishment. And so he went from being 10,000 subs to being one of the most popular in terms of views on the platform in the financial news space. Now it's really inspiring. It was really good. So he actually made the YouTube algorithm work for him. It's no easy task, but he did it, and he did it in style. YouTube just rewarded him. He beat the algorithm. Kevin single-handedly beat the algorithm. That's it. No hacks, no buying. He just made it work for him. They just throw him views, and subs, and this is how he's just growing by the day. 10K subs every day. So what's really amazing about Kevin is that he adapted to stimulus fading. So actually, I watched Kevin a lot. And when stimulus was done, I was like, what's he going to do now? What's he going to do? It was all of his content. And then he just shifted to stocks like there was nothing. Shifted to stocks, and 2 days later, he brought all his audience with him. It's like nothing happened. We're just going from stimulus to stocks. He'd bring these CEO interviews with BlockFi, Voyager, GTech, Stephen Gardner, and all of these. And he was peppering in those financial news. He was killing it, and he's still killing it, actually. It's just every day he's killing it more and more. And he was really good at it. And I'm shocked how he just moved his audience from stimulus to stocks in like 1 week. It's like nothing happened before. And now, because what we want is financial news, stock news, and money news in general, so we want him again, and we go to him because he kept growing and he went from stimulus to stocks, made himself more and more relevant, consistent. We know that we got a reliable source for finance news in Kevin. So if you want to actually see his algorithm, let's say it's kind of flat like that, then stimulus comes, it's a big hike, then it goes down a bit, then it stagnates, and then the mixed content comes back and he goes up again. And with these in-depth interviews, stock reviews, financial reviews, and political news, sometimes when Trump goes and spoke at CPAC, for example, when Biden went out and did a speech about the 1 year pandemic anniversary. So you have everything with him. He made the algorithm work for him. I said it again for like 1,000 times, but I have to say it. It's really all you want when you're a YouTuber. You want that algorithm to work for you, throw it to subs and views. That's exactly what you're doing to him. And he essentially does whatever he wants now. He posts whatever he wants, live streams, because, Kevin could just do the morning live stream where you wake up, you see the stock market open, then one video about stocks in the middle of like 10, 15 minutes or 20 minutes max, then the market closed live stream. But he doesn't stop at that. When Cathy Wood does something about it, he's bullish on Tesla, so he has a lot of research on Tesla, and every now and then does a video about it. When Cathy Wood speaks about Tesla or any other thing, he just also does a video about it. Now there's this Suez Canal ship issue. He talks about it a lot. Inflation, that he does too. Jerome Powell. Oh my God, Jay Powell is really, he's our friend, this guy. He's like half the content we have. So he went from 19, buying a house with a few $1,000s and fixing it up. It was really a struggle, to now being a multimillionaire Tesla bullish fanatic. He made it. So don't ever think it's too late or too early. And to do anything, to beat the YouTube algorithm and eventually make it work for you, like he did it, and in style, you gotta provide value, stay consistent, and seek opportunity. And these three, he did them all right. So he found the opportunity, he looked for it, and he wrote it that he can't anymore. He dried it out, and what he was left is all those people who stuck right through to the end with him, and who actually came to his channel, came to his business or his product, because we know he did this business meet and done. Okay, eventually failed, lost around $1 million straight after it began getting monetized on YouTube, and is now killing it. And I think he made much beyond that. These 7 figures, he does them every month. He actually said that on Millennial Money and on the podcast with Graham Stephan before. So all within 10 years, he went from nothing to millions. People sometimes just kill themselves to do it in a lifetime, and they're not even able to do it. He kept putting out valuable content no matter what. 10,000 subscribers, 1.5 million subscribers, didn't change anything for him. And yeah, until yesterday, he got roasted by a reporter in the New York Times who actually called him some kind of liar, I guess, that, what he sells you is like, it's not true, and he's just a born salesman, but his information is not entirely true. They called him wiry white man with the cropped beard. It was really strange, but I know people who got his courses are all like blown away by it because they say it's invaluable. Well, his videos, when you watch them, are just insanely interesting and really well done. And it's clear he puts a lot of research behind them. That's what usually you should do if you want to be a finance YouTuber worth your salt. And I really look up to Kevin. I think we all look up to him. He's absolutely amazing. So I think that's it for today. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and folks, hope to see you guys next time.